Snack little nip hustle. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Lope. You know I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that. Snack little nip hustle. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Lope. You know I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.
Back in the black box. Special guest from about the West. Not just the West Coast, but the West Side of Los Angeles, the Crenshaw District.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My guy, Rich Trapper. What up, homie? Welcome to the spot, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, man. It's not bad in this motherfucker.
I'm trying, you know what I'm saying? It's a place we can have for us, the culture. You know what I'm saying? We get bigger, get greater later, but
look, good safety. Good safety.
You feel me?
Yeah.
24-hour security.
For sure.
All
For
that.
Sure. People looking at you when you smoking weed, like, what is he doing? All right,
good thing it's a legal thing these days.
As being an adult, you want to have businesses to where if somebody's smoking weed or looking, even if they're not tripping, they just kind of look like, okay,
correct.
Cool. You feel me?
Correct.
Safety is important, man. Shout out to the neighborhood watch.
Yes. Y'all out there as an audience, I know it's still looking tacky in here, but we're doing steps, progress. We're gonna get it together. We're gonna get it to gravy. I know it's a lot to talk about.
People don't understand how hard it is to really set up these podcast spaces.
Help them understand, bro.
So just number one, congratulations on having your own space.
Good looking.
That's an accomplishment. You feel me? Look at it like this to the fans watching at home. How hard is it to get your own space without having a roommate, without depending on your girl, without depending on your family? That's what this man has accomplished by way of his business. Once you get that space, how hard is it to furnish it? Get dressers, get couches, get whatever. He furnished it. You see the microphones. All niggas out, bro. When you doing it makeshift, it shows a lot of humility. It shows a lot of trial and effort, but it also explains that it's all out your pocket. So I can only move so fast. It's only 24 hours in a day. You got family, you got everything else you got to take care of. Unfortunately, stuff like this falls on the last of your to-do list because this is your hobby, your thing. You got to take care of the fam first.
Yeah, so I know you're an entrepreneur, multiple businesses that you was running, at least while you were out of town. I'm not sure how you eat now, but you get it.
Yeah.
I really have a hard time justifying sometimes to myself paying this rent consistently when I consider the amount of time I'm getting here, but I know it's for the future.
You're paying for a space of peace.
There you go.
That's what you're paying for.
There you go.
And how much can you put on your piece?
No price is priceless.
So that's what you're paying for.
No way you can quantify the price of peace, true. And I think when we're thinking about peace right now in current news and Jefe, it's probably lacking peace, man.
Yeah, for sure.
We could kind of time this conversation for those who's watching. He just went to court today, from my understanding.
Today is May the 22nd.
22nd. So his bail apparently went up
$1 million.
What are the implications of that in your thought process? It could have stayed the same. It could have got reduced, but it went up double. What do you think about that?
I think that a district attorney said, hey, this guy is famous even with only in his own space. People look at me like I'm crazy when I say all this all the time. We all got the same internet. My Instagram ain't no different than your Instagram. Our Instagrams ain't no different than the police Instagrams. It's all the same Instagram. He has a celebrity behind him. You got voices behind him. You know what I'm saying? They hearing about fundraisers to get some money up for him and all that kind of stuff. Whatever he allegedly did, the district attorney wants him to sit until they get that figured out. And they make it almost impossible for that man to get in the street.
Bro, I can relate to what you're saying so much because there was a time when one of my homies, my G homie, went to jail and he tried to use an alibi to say, and I ain't did this. My brother signed the G unit. We got this, we got that going on. You go look at my website, spotterlope.com. When you get to spotterlope.com, not only do you see pictures of us with G unit, you see pictures of me, G homie, with a bunch of money. And he had 2 crimes. One of them was from your neighborhood, one of them was from mine. All 3 of them had $100,000 bail. The very next day, my brother bail went up to $10.5 million. This was in 2005, and he should yet to be home. So I know what you're talking about.
Somebody want him to stay.
Yeah, they realize you may be able to make that bail, and they like run it up on you.
Now, with that being said, did you say that somebody might be talking?
No, he was calling himself capping to the police, telling them there's no way I could be involved in a robbery. I have too many legal, successful things going on. Go check my website. Yeah, when they went and saw, they was like,
they're like, damn, you do got some things going on.
And they ran it up 10.5, bro. But he could have made that 100 and probably no telling, you fighting the case from the street.
Way
action. Yeah.
way better than fighting.
He ended up, nobody died, bro. He's been in jail since 05. Free big SPI. East side. So what do you think that, I don't want to speculate of what may or may not happen. We finally do know the charge is related to someone dying from Detroit gangster and an alleged discipline. Penalty-wise, with the ideas of how much evidence is out there that we aware of, what do you think his chances are?
I want to be optimistic. So I would like to hope that this is being realistic. In the state of California, if me and you are out together and we are tied to the same fraternity, or we know to sell weed together, whatever we're doing, that's not necessarily the most legal situation, and I get into a fight and I pull out a knife and I poke somebody up, you're going to catch that body with me.
That's what felony murder is versus murder.
And I think that's like, don't let me lie and say what the penal code is, but that's a specific California statute in penal code.
Yeah, because it wasn't 187.
Right, it's not 187. It's like 189. Go watch Point and Shoot. He got it up there. Shout out to Point and Shoot. But short story shorter, we grown, bro. We grown. So I'm going to just be 100. I'm going to be transparent, man. We grown. Why are you watching the DP? You are young at Jefe, bro. Despite what people might think about him, have whatever, blah, blah, looking at it from an unbiased, neutral space, you are no jumper. You probably got more money than everybody in this circle of niggas watching or participating in this DP. You for sure got more opportunity. Why are you even there, bro?
And that's assuming that we have to assume they have some type of evidence that could place them there if they come getting this long.
You think they got a video? Because everybody's always is.
And you know what else? Our Jefe himself has come to the internet and uploaded a video of somebody getting.
I remember that. And then they was saying, and
he claimed to be the one.
And then it was on No Jumper. He was like, "No, it wasn't me getting no DP. I don't get no DP." And I was like,
yes,
guilt.
So being at that, we just talked about how the people being aware of your resources may cause them to up the bail. Do you think Adam and them speaking out and TMZ being involved worked against them?
Always, because look at let's treat this like how a lawyer would treat it. Okay, Your Honor, let's cross-reference loose cannon. What got loose cannon knocked down? Talking too much. What got loose cannon knocked down? Too much attention. That's all it is. I'm not saying that. I've said this a million times. You've heard me say it. I don't think that Adam 22 is the police. All I'm saying is niggas keep going to jail over there. So it's No Jumper. Whereas Adam used it for its intended purpose, unfortunately, everybody don't use it for that. And it's a hot block over there, bro.
Even with that being said, Adam has also said clearly on camera that he would be happy to assist the feds. And we know the feds are paying attention to No Jumper. I personally call it the Fed quarters. It's come up in so much paperwork so many times. I've also become aware that recently that they're going to prosecute, or they have began prosecution on the No Jumper Jay Reed event. Yeah. What's your thoughts on that?
Without saying too much, on some mama, sister, brother, cousin, uncle, daddy side.
Yes, you'll say.
Yeah, he. I don't know the nigga personally, but my people know the nigga personally. They know his daddy. You feel me? And all I'm gonna say is this: the same thing I tie it into the situation with Young Ant. You cannot continue to do childish things as an adult because everything that's going on is like. Let's just be real. What time is it right now? It's 12:55. They got he's not at 77th no more. I'm imagining he downtown by now.
Sure. Yeah.
So either he in the IRC or he just now getting housed in a dungeon somewhere. As we are watching this, kicking it, man, as we are kicking it, doing whatever we doing right now, this nigga got a sack lunch with 2 pieces of bologna, 4 pieces of bread, 1 mayonnaise, 1 mustard, and some Fritos and a green apple.
And he don't
with a little blue and red tie around it.
And we know he don't care about nothing but what the check say. So that's really crapping his style.
When it comes to the situation with Young Ant,
we went back. I went back to Ant. I don't know who got arrested. Who actually got arrested so far with the?
So him and 3 of his homies, or maybe it's 4. I don't know.
No. We was on
No Jumper shit. The nigga Alfred. That's not IBM. One of the IBM niggas. I forget which one.
Only one.
To my understanding, is yes. I know somebody's on the run.
Is it the Gloss dude that went and got baptized?
No, Gloss. I think Gloss is on the run. I be fucking with that nigga Hood.
Okay.
So it's don't let me lie and say the nigga name. But regardless of whatever, nigga, he out on bail right now. He on the streets. He got an OR, as a matter of fact.
Damn.
He got an OR, as a matter of fact. So that kind of tells me maybe he wasn't the one, because Gloss was the one who was swinging the woo-wop. Feel me? So maybe he's on the same situation, like you was just in a bad place at the wrong time. And now because you're around and you watching all this chaos ensue, you're guilty by association.
Well, I know when the paperwork initially came hit the internet, it was stated that Wack was suspect number 4 or something.
Yep, for sure.
I wonder, you think he might have a chance of being called in the future on this situation?
I think with the no jumper situation, he's for sure gonna get called in, just like we gonna. But then again, Adam has already made it clear. Yep, I'm telling on you niggas.
He said it.
Yeah. So whatever he do past that, you can't be mad. You can't be surprised. He told you what it was. He stands on his principalities and his version of business. As far as the no jumper fade is concerned, my biggest question to see is what consequence will Wack face? That's what I want to see, if any.
Yeah, because, you know, the implications of Wack's involvement are extreme, bro.
He showed up on no jumper with the watch.
Yeah, exactly.
You like forget what any rumor is.
Right.
You came onto no jumper with stolen property, bragging about it after a whooping.
Making it clear. Did you ever hear the audio? He talked about the double strip and what happens if you come asking about what? Oh yeah, there's some Clubhouse audio.
Is that when he says, I take a step back and then my team get going and that's what happened? Is that the same audio?
That may be a part. I've heard him say that as well, but this audio is pretty distinctive because he's like, somebody on there, like, he say something about, that's the double strip. They're like, what's the double strip? He like, you see it there? The first one is that, and then all your clothes. Then he narrating the whole thing, so you can tell they watching it. Somebody laughing like, man, it's the best video I ever seen in my life. He like, yeah, this what happened when you come fucking with Wack.
Right.
Oh, it's very
conspiracy.
Oh, it's very, very, very damning content.
And it just kind of makes you wonder, like, how is Young and Jefe locked up? How is Loose Cannon locked up? How are all these people locked up? But then Wack continuously goes onto the internet and admits to federal crimes.
But nobody else that you just mentioned has ever flashed a badge accidentally on camera either.
Never.
Yeah,
Never.
so, you know, we can overlook that, give them the benefit of the doubt, but you'll be the fool to see a nigga flash a badge and then say, oh, he ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
This is the same ninja, though. This is what I say too, though. With the overlooking statement, everything that this ninja does somehow, some way gets swept under the rug and overlooked. Bro, you going through a whole transmission scandal. A whole transmission scandal, but somehow, some way, and I get it, Young and Jefe situation, you can't say that was, you know,
kind of over.
Yeah. You can't say Wack engineered that.
Correct.
But prior to, man, that little bullshit fight in Oregon.
And
that
then,
kind of stuff.
And then just think about how often he tries to break down, describe, and explain everything, and all of a sudden,
nothing.
Why got nothing to say about that? You don't do some bullshit.
Bro, you got caught up in the transmission, bro.
I believe it.
For sure. Because it's not, and at first I was saying, man, no, this BS, it's fake, it's fake. It wasn't until he got on no jumper, we're like, oh, it's AI. And then Adam is so adamant about have to watch the video. You know, thank you to Adam for watching the video so we don't have to.
Yeah, good look.
Yeah, for sure. But even Adam was like, nah, nigga, that's
But, you know, I've heard the comment about AI, then I've heard people make other comments in response to that make so much sense. You and I both use AI.
Certain things won't even generate,
it's not going to even generate, bro. Right. And if you get anything that even kind of looks like
it could be implying towards something. I had an AI moment where I was like, so-and-so got grape. And then I have to say, I'm actually talking about somebody getting a grape thrown at them. And then I got to make this whole explanation up to the AI, but I got to at the end say, but don't include that. Now it'll just print the word grape.
Wow. So that is crazy you said that because I have...
You know what I'm talking about?
No, I know this. I've had to develop a language to accomplish certain shit. And I got to thank you on that subject because I don't know how. You gotta
be careful with your words with AI.
No, but how the fuck did on my community tab did I end up with my secret sauce posted one morning?
Yeah, that was
I said, whoa, you know how difficult it is to develop a certain style because I don't know who was using it first, you or I, but I remember when I first started using it, only comments I was hearing was, you copy from his trapper, you copy from his trapper.
It's about who saw it first. We could have both did it the exact same day and they just went to my page or your page.
Correct. So, but I've, you know, since then, I noticed our styles are extremely different.
Yeah, that shit said, Bill, I hit you. I said, you might want to go check your community post. I don't know if you meant to do that.
Of course not, bro. I couldn't believe I appreciate you again for tapping me on the shoulder. But if y'all, we got an ear, you know, we don't know who might have seen it and grabbed it, but hey, I appreciate it.
Hey, but if somebody saw it and grabbed it, nigga, you got some good game. Some good game. And it was free. And it was free. Nigga, you got $500 worth of game that niggas paid for absolutely nothing. My bad for fucking your trap up, though. I had to call it. What you got going on up here, bro?
That was good. But just think, had what we've been through, you know, relationship-wise, had we not been man enough to get that shit water under the bridge,
who knows?
Who knows? That shit would have been up there. I probably would have never noticed.
Right.
You probably wouldn't have gave a fuck to let me know, man. So that's why we got to applaud ourselves for not letting petty shit stop something great. Yeah, man. Sure. On God. So I ain't seen you on outside platforms too often lately. You gave up on that?
I don't fuck with niggas. And this is the reason why. So I've climbed out of this social media hole, so to speak. Like I was talking, you know about the CERN project? You into that type of shit?
CERN?
The CERN machine that alters different universes. And,
oh, no, you got lace.
Oh, I'm a nerd, fool. I get conspiracy theories. I'll go down a rabbit hole. It's this machine. I'm a quick short story. It's a machine called a CERN machine. Have you seen the paradox where they say the cornucopia is on the Fruit of the Looms, but then sometimes it's not, the Mandela effect? So according to the scientists, they cut this machine on called the CERN effect, and that puts us in a different timeline. So that's what they say is going on. You feel me? But I was telling the homie, I said, damn, nigga, they been fucking with the CERN machine? Niggas ain't talking shit to me in the comments no more. I'm back to getting love and all that type of shit. Like, we in a different timeline? Like, what's going on?
Parallel universe?
Yeah, we in a parallel universe.
Well, you know, negative campaigns on the internet don't live long.
Yeah.
And, you know, it'd be on to the next often, like you was just saying. That's why Wack was doing his best. We was talking off camera. Was we off camera already on? He got caught with the transmission. Right. And now he want to get caught up with the fake fight. So many fake fights out of Wack100. Then, what do you think somebody, Sporty Face in particular, you took a page out your book of the boxing gloves recently? Aimed that towards you, though.
Oh, my bad.
I know it's kind of wibbly wobbly.
This is what I'm gonna say about that, because you know, Turtle, that's my nigga. You feel me?
The activities just look similar.
So this is what I say about myself. If we walk to my car right now, I got shin guards, I got boxing gloves, I got MMA gloves, I got my jiu-jitsu gi, all that shit is in the car right now. You feel me? This is things that just stay in my car.
Right.
I don't think that it was fake, because nigga, he pushed the fuck out of that nigga. Like he almost knocked over that whole glass display. I think that he saw a shock moment and was able to capitalize on it for his own gain. That's what I will say.
So you say, you preface this by saying you fuck with Sporty Face and all that. Do you think that's why you tend to
that that's way? Exactly why, because I'm biased to my homies. But my nigga, I ain't gonna lie to you.
I can respect that.
I know, I'm biased to my homies. Yep, sure.
I definitely can respect that.
Look, we all a little biased. I'm just the first to admit it.
Nah,
because you can ask me that exact same question about a different nigga, and I'm like, man, that nigga's out. Right. You feel? So, but at the same time, too, as long as you've known me, you've always known my politics towards my homies.
Right. No,
so,
yeah.
So I just be like, man, whatever, motherfucker.
On God.
But did I see it, and was I reading the comments, and did I laugh and talk a little shit to that nigga? Yeah.
Right.
For sure. For sure. You feel me?
Yeah, I don't understand how, you know, No Jumper continuously is the place where these types of things happen, and they don't happen anywhere else.
Well, I can say this. This is where I'll give Adam his genius. He's gave us an everyday episode of Jerry Springer live. Might not have liked Jerry Springer, but that nigga turned him all the way up. You feel me?
You're right.
He's giving us, it come on about 12 noon. At that time, Jerry Springer used to come on, middle of the day. It's daytime trash TV. And I ain't saying it's trash like it's poor quality, but they call Jerry Springer trash TV.
Right, like junk food.
Yeah. It's daytime trash TV. What's the difference between what Adam 22 was doing and Ricky Lake and Maury Povich, Jerry Springer and all that type of shit?
Well, there is a difference in the fact that the demographic on those other shows weren't so quite specific to us, and then our gang element.
Right.
And exploiting that. But I get you when you see the lack of substance, but the consistent entertainment value, they're extremely similar.
So even when it comes to things like the complex list, I don't think that Adam should be upset about not being a part of the complex list.
Did he express being upset?
He was like, man, fuck you niggas, basically. But my personal opinion, this ain't a shot, this ain't a dig. Nigga, you don't do nothing rap related.
Yeah, he kind of let that go.
Yeah, you don't do nothing rap related. You caught up in this show, you caught up in this, this soap opera, which I'm not mad at because it fulfills my content needs every day. You feel me? I'm not mad at all at it. But I'm not looking for Adam 22 to give me what I'm going to get from I don't know, Elliot Wilson, DJ Head, Gina Views, and all that kind of stuff. I go to Adam 22 because I want to know about basically street news.
Hey, you know, do you believe at one point he held a higher esteem? He was more closer to the status of other people?
Hell yeah. I think that, and I've said this a million times and I'm going to say it again. If everybody can go back in time, AD, T-Rail, and them niggas would have never left. I don't think that none of them niggas would have left. I think that they would have worked out what they had to work out behind closed doors. Niggas would be straight. And how did that cast and how did that group stay together? They'd be up there with the niggas like that.
I can see the logic behind that. I can see the logic.
They were on an upward trajectory and then some BS happened. And now we hustling together, but we fall off, but we still got to share the same ounce. So instead of us just busting this shit down together, splitting it, well, I'm going to take this and then I'm going to take half and then you got a half left, but I'm going to give a 3-5 here, 3-5 here, 8th here, 8th there, blah, blah. And now we splitting up the same work amongst, you know, we splitting up one product amongst the same motherfuckers.
But you know what I think may have played a part more so than that breakup? You know, at one point, Atlantic, I believe it was.
Just paying at him for the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because of his allegations, he had a label deal.
Oh, so you think that's what knocked it down?
They definitely stopped dealing with him because of his charges against being against a minor.
Yeah.
And that's how he stopped.
But was he ever charged for that?
I'm not sure.
Or was it just bad press?
I believe it was bad press, or he was charged and he was dropped.
Okay.
And because of that, they stepped away from him.
Damn.
And I think that may have affected his being closer to that level of some of these other people that you named too.
He had the cheat code.
Yeah, that was it. Because that's the only thing he's lacking. I mean, that's the only reason I could see him not going to another level. He's been right there.
The nigga's right here. Like, so all you gotta do is just bump him a little bit and boom, he's across that threshold.
But he seems to be content.
But then see, here go the thing too. I use Boosie as the best example of this. Success is relative. Boosie come from Baton Rouge poverty. You feel me? You beat murder. You beat cancer. You're gonna beat some other cases. That nigga living how he want to live. Success is relative.
Maybe, time, definitely.
Maybe Adam wake up every day and say, you know what? I'm good. Let's continue this. I don't got to interview a rapper. I don't have to do any actual reviews. Now, I think he wants to because he keeps saying shit like, how are we not talking about the Drake project? How does Kanye West drop a project? Flacco kind of brought that up too. How does Kanye West drop a project and nobody on No Jumpers took time to listen to it?
Well, when you dedicate I guess it's not the full demographic, but the primary host
don't care about that shit.
They don't give a fuck, bro. So who's going to take that? I mean, well, if it's a job assignment, I think everybody.
It was something that they assumed them niggas to want to do though. It wasn't even a job assignment. You feel me? That's like me and you at work. I work for you. And I leave, you was like, damn, my nigga, I would assume you would have took the trash out. Nigga, you ain't tell me to take the fucking trash out.
That's not on your duty list.
Yeah. You feel me? Now, if you would have said something, I would have grabbed the trash on my way out. But I don't think that anybody, personally, I don't think anybody's wrong because Adam hired them to do what they are doing.
No, at this point, anytime No Jumper comes up, when I first started going to No Jumper, it wasn't quite that.
Right.
And when I got there, I had all these ideas that I was going to suggest these positive guests, the subject matter for Adam. I was sending it to him. And that nigga didn't show no interest and he didn't follow up on none of the guests or none of that. And I described it to him when I suggested it. It was like, man, you know, if you want to kind of like diversify the image of the people that you dealing with in my community, I can tap you into some Black excellence, some self-made millionaires. He like, I'll check them out. And he never followed. He don't give a fuck about that.
I think the only thing Adam cares about is the analytics. I think Adam follows the algorithm and the analytics like it is a legal penal code. So if I go to your channel and you the positive dude, but I'm watching all your videos and you don't clear 30,000, and then I'm watching this turned up rapper who extra out and doing all the stupid shit and he clearing 150,000, well, the analytics say go with the nigga with 150,000.
But that would be a new philosophy for Adam because he built his whole platform on being willing to interview to nobody who's getting no views. And even now, he gets shots to like...
I think he still do that.
That's what I'm saying. So the analytics cannot be his main criteria for giving somebody a shot.
Right.
It seems like he's willing to invest in someone with no analytics if he sees the potential for them to maybe, you know, get some analytics behind them.
Right.
It kind of like a talent scout to a degree. That's why he was going for the underground, unknown artists to begin with, I believe.
SoundCloud rappers.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. That shit is crazy.
But like he often compares himself to Vlad. Vlad goes for a little more of the upper level, so he probably does have a desire to bridge because his name is up there. But I think a lot of people, because Van Lathan,
Right.
he expressed interest in wanting to go up there, but
it's too ghetto up there.
yeah,
It's too ghetto up there, bro. Y'all niggas be having too much shit going on. There's too many things that go on that make me just question my decision to be up
Right.
there. You feel me?
And then what one thing me up is being patted down, worn down for weapon every time I enter the building, and then keep seeing these clips of people with pistols on their hips while you're up there. What kind of bullshit is that?
But then I'll say this too. Even from my one experience at No Jumper, I'm gonna just leave it like this. Oh, security's sloppy.
Yeah.
I'll leave it like that. When I say sloppy, like,
you know why I don't consider it sloppy? Because of that iPad. Once you fuck with that iPad,
I
bro.
signed a fake name.
Huh?
I signed a fake name.
Yeah, but I don't trust that.
Right.
The photo, it's the face recognition.
I didn't get a photo on that shit.
No.
Hell no. They just said, hey, sign this, and I put a fake name.
With your finger though, right?
Yeah.
I'll be thinking fingerprint. I'll be thinking all that, bro. And then the cameras that's in there. And then the owner, he let you know, yep, I cooperate with the feds. I'll be happy. He told the away, I'll be happy to cooperate with the feds. They came and asked him about something in regards to Big U, and he said he turned it in.
Yeah, the footage from the interview.
Yeah.
But would you rather have the person in front of you that's going to tell you a snitch to your face, or the person who act like it's cool and then tell you
I don't expect anything else out of anyone that looks like or carries himself like Adam. The thing is, if that's the case, why do people so close to the elements be so comfortable being buddy? But I'm not, hey, okay, I know, hey, look, that's the neighbor. They gonna call the police on. We don't sit around the neighbor and talk all our shit and expose and treat the neighbor that call the police. We might say, hey, Mr. Jones, that's about it.
Right.
We not finna go hang with Mr. Jones, let Mr. Jones get a deeper idea of what we got going on that he already had, or none of that.
Right.
But this is what we don't see. Now, people go up there and say that Adam got a platform. I got an album. I got a podcast. I got a movie I'm working on. I'm finna go up there and talk about that. And he asked me about some bullshit. I'm finna shake that and get on course. Then I can understand. But to continuously go up there and allow this man to engage you in conversation that he has absolutely nothing to do with, that blows my mind.
At what point does accountability become important? Because at this point in life, if you go up to No Jumper, you're going to talk about how you was jaywalking, you're an idiot. So at what point do niggas got to just shut up and stop looking for conversation, stop looking for clout because they sit on the platform?
Well, at this point, that time has passed. So, they should have been done it, And if they haven't been done it, perhaps they will never stop doing it. Even what Ant is going through, I believe it was some editing, maybe unrelated, but they got a clip of him running around talking about this is about the shooting nut.
Yeah. No, it's not. This is what I say about that. It's not edited, but Young Ant is famous for using the wrong words.
Exactly.
Like that's become like his thing. You feel me? And to the point where I kind of even wonder, like, nigga, you do this shit on purpose sometimes? But I think that is unfair to use somebody who we have laughed at for using the wrong words against them. How that makes sense?
Knowing they had it, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And then here's the thing too. It wasn't the shooting that allegedly left his homie unalive. It was blunt force trauma. So that's hands. That's maybe a weapon of, a bat or something like that. But that's not a gunshot.
So is it like, did the dude leave the scene alive and pass later? Are you aware, or was it?
I have no idea. Because there's so many conflicting stories going on. You feel me? And then you see your boy Remo quietly, in my opinion, took a little shot at Flacco.
Oh, in what regard? I saw.
Basically just saying like, well, I don't know about all the stories you heard, but I talked to his family and they said that it's for the DP situation. You feel me? And it's cold because Flacco, it's all a matter of like who saw what first. But did you see the video of the blood dude saying Young Ant?
That nigga Woo from
So here's the thing. I didn't find out until watching Point and Shoot. There's more to the clip.
When he throw Flacco name out there.
I never saw that. He was like, yeah, I seen Flacco say it. Because at first I was like, well, maybe Flacco's echoing what he said. You feel me? I'm trying to get the benefit of the doubt. I'm working on myself. You see me?
Right.
I'm working on myself.
I can salute that.
Yeah, you feel me? So I'm like, okay, well, maybe give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he's regurgitating what he said. The nigga was like, no, nigga, I heard it from this nigga.
I seen.
And I was like, oh, Flacco, bro, I'm trying my best not to be biased towards you.
And it's crazy because Flacco did a reaction. He kept covering the story and he played what old boy said. And he cut his name out the clip.
Cut his name out the clip.
And made it seem like he was just confirming the story that Ant was involved.
But then see, here go the thing too. This is the second time in 90 days Flacco's been dramatically wrong about an LA incident that's near and dear to our hearts.
What was the first time?
Draco. What happened to him? What happened to old boy who was allegedly from BPS? I did it. What happened to that? He put his whole name out there and blah, blah. I ain't gonna repeat it, but you know what I'm talking about. Right. What happened to this whole situation? Yeah, with Munchie D and all that kind of stuff. And Munchie B was like, nah, nigga, you lying. And then there's just nothing else from Flacco's, which makes it seem like Munchie B might have hit the nail on the head with that one. So what is like every 45 days, Flacco comes up with this crazy story centered around LA politics that's literally a blatant lie?
Well, I mean, Flacco did, you know, make his name off of saying this is going to start a LA gang war. That's like been his stick since day one. But how do you think Flacco has established himself in a position where he can just stimulate the energy around LA issues so easily, not being from out here? Why do you think he has so much access to information and shit so fast?
I know that y'all have y'all back and forth 127 like Sierra, but allow me to quote Munchie B. All the game makers. I do believe that it's niggas who will sit on the phone with me. I ain't gonna say no names because who cares about you niggas? But it's the same niggas who will hit me when I make my video saying you niggas is weird for blah, 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 Flacco. Oh, bro, but you're not talking to me, right? If you ever call me to ask if I'm talking about you, then I am talking about you, my nigga, because you ain't never called me. You see the same videos I be making talking about shit. Have you ever felt offended?
Nah.
Because the shoe don't fit.
And I've been there every step of the way. Like, I remember when you wasn't quite sure how angry you were at him, and I've been there. And I've spoke to you about it, and I've maintained my rapport with Flacco throughout. Never tried to cause you to do anything different than what you did. I've been there. But I've seen Flacco go through this with a lot of people. But I've had to learn. I've never seen nobody adjust a relationship with anyone based on how I thought it felt. So
this is what I'm doing.
Especially in this space. So I'm definitely not going to get involved in adjusting how I think about nan motherfucker based on how somebody else. That shit flip-flops left and right every day. And then you'll be on the outside with somebody you was cool with and they done mended it. I've dealt with it to a level as high as Fat Joe and 50 Cent.
Right.
And now it happens. Now they like bosom buddies.
You on the outside.
Yeah.
So this is where I give Flacco and Adam 22 the same, I guess, leeway for lack of better words, heavy on the lack of better words. But I can say theories of who I think it is. I ain't gonna say no names on camera because I ain't got no hardcore proof, but we could both assume certain niggas who call these niggas and give them all the insights of what's going on in the hood and all the rumors and all this kind of shit. And it's a lot more than just Wack doing this shit. It's niggas who want to be. Yeah, come on, bro. It's niggas who want to stay cool.
You mentioned a name earlier, and I know you and Flacco, like you said, haven't always seen eye to eye.
But I don't blame this nigga.
But what I'm saying is, you think he's just lying about one of his sources. I don't believe he's being that dishonest. I know that guy, and that guy talks a whole lot.
Right.
And when we were a trio, there was a three of us because there was a two of them. They were the close two.
Okay.
I was the third wheel. That was the relationship. They was partners. So the fact that he even knows to insinuate that he's received some information from that dude, whether that particular statement was true, I believe dude has divulged some shit. He proved it. He said certain things I would never repeat. And if you just think hard about how, because a certain individual called me and asked me about, did he just hear what he thought he heard? Come on, oh, yes. Flacco, yeah, old boy didn't tell you some shit.
And so this is where, I'm not gonna say I don't blame Flacco because we're all accountable for our own issues. But as a content creator, this is where I have understanding and empathy. Whether it's true or not, it don't matter. I got it from this nigga who in his mind, he feels like bro is a reputable West Coast voice, even though we both know he not. Flacco from fucking North Dakota or Philly, wherever he from. So you don't know no better. And if you do know better, you don't want to know no better.
I think he knows better by now, but that dude has established himself on the internet to the point, because Flacco used to tell me all the time, yo, real niggas don't win on the internet. Like, I understand you this and you that, but that shit don't nobody gives a fuck. So he gets it. So when you abandon being a real nigga and play toward what is trendy, he respects that because he has no commitment or no type of attachment.
I don't even know you niggas like that. And that's where my understanding for Flacco always Be like, yeah, well, because you're right. You don't know none of these niggas like that. And for every nigga who is going around giving him information about the streets and all that kind of shit, that just validates his, even though we could feel like it's wrong. But if you look at it from an outside perspective, being non-biased, yeah, I can see why Flacco hang on the position that he hang on. I don't personally agree with it, but I can't say that you're wrong for it because you don't know niggas. You making chili off of it. You don't really halfway respect these niggas in no way.
Yeah, you make that clear.
You make that abundantly clear. Niggas continue to, after you say you hate gang members or they this or whatever disrespectful thing you say, gang bangers still jump on your phone and he say, well, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about the other niggas.
Yeah,
so you niggas are just naive.
I ain't gonna lie. He told me, no. I don't look at you as a gang member. You were this, you were that. You're a father. You're
same shit I just said. So, and if that's good enough to pacify niggas like Rockstar, then cool. You feel me?
So you and Rockstar don't see eye to eye either?
Well, he'll be okay. I'll take him a marathon burger. Marathon burger.
Marathon burger
got a chicken set. No, Rockstar, if he had a burger at Marathon Burger, it'd be a vegan patty because he don't want no beef. Or maybe like a chicken sandwich because he's a coward.
Yeah, I don't understand Rockstar, man. We was whatever. I thought we was cool. When I was at No Jumper with Flacco, Munchie B, somehow we had a conversation about Rockstar. He didn't like it. Then I kind of find out one of my homies, Baby Jinx, and him know each other. And we got rapport, we got cool again. Then he tried to break his neck to have my homie that I had a squabble with in the projects on this platform and put the title on there.
Rockstar don't got no boundaries.
No.
None. That's why me and him fell out. Because again, you supposed to be in the realm of the homies. For sure. You feel me? Rockstar don't got no boundaries at all. Rockstar would do whatever he feel like he got to do to get ahead. It is one thing that I paid attention to. Niggas know I don't like Wack, so I ain't got no reason to boost this nigga up. But if you watch the conversation with Sam, did you see Rockstar's reaction about when they brought up Rockstar with Matt Barnes about that?
Last thing I remember about Black Sam and Rockstar was Count Capone and Rockstar told he want to get out.
So short story shorter, recently Sam sits down with Matt Barnes and they doing an interview, whatever, they ask about Rockstar, blah, blah. Rockstar reacts. He was like, well, I just wanted Black Sam to give me opportunity, allow me to show my worth. Let me work at the hamburger stand. Let me work at the t-shirt shop. That sounds I'm not saying, I can't say what a nigga's intention is, but that sounds like you're trying to get something without providing nothing. That sounds like you coming in with your handout and you want niggas to take care of you. If you look at the conversation between him and Wack, that's exactly the same thing that Wack said that he did. You feel me? I don't care for Wack at all, but listening to Rockstar's description of himself, him talking about himself with Black Sam, how he's like a kid with his hand out, and you listen to Wack saying, yeah, he was hungry, his shoes was leaning, he was in a Prius on a donut. We went to the ghost kitchen for his homie, but I had to pay for it. Security job, my kids can't eat. That all sounds like the same nigga. That sounds like his description of himself. That sounds like Wack's description of him. So why am I not going to do this?
And then he sold the embarrassing footage of himself for $700. That's one that I could never understand how he got to the point where he thought that was a cool thing.
That's not even a solid good pound.
Nah, and then you looking like so bad on it.
So you want me to have respect for a nigga who sold himself out?
Nah, I was just curious as to your thoughts. I forget how his name came up. He's not someone I think about much, but for some reason...
He's Flacco's source. One of them.
Okay.
One of them. And then here go the thing too. Niggas will clip this up and make reactions and all that kind of stuff. This isn't going to start a back and forth from me and Rockstar. Because the last conversation I had with Rockstar over the phone, you know how I get, and he wasn't trying to get. So if I'm trying to get and you ain't trying to get, well, I'm going to just get on. You feel me? I'm going to just get on, bro. You feel
Shout
me?
out to Rockstar.
Yeah, man. Look, man, Rockstar, when you come into LA, hit me up, man. Tap in with me. We're going to get some Marathon OG. We're going to get some Marathon burgers. Might go to the Marathon rooftop.
Because the marathon
continues, man. The marathon continues.
Oh, God, man. But Trapper, you got anything specific? Because, I appreciate you pulling up because ever since I've been here, I extended an invite to you. And you made more so a point to get it knocked out. It's just the first one.
No, we kicking it.
Yeah, you welcome back anytime you please. You see how the setup is. I promise I'm going to get it more efficient. But we did like then in 40 minutes. Tell me something that's really on your mind, really on your heart that we can get into before we get up out of here, man.
So you asked me why I don't go fuck with other niggas' platforms. You feel me? And I use names. AD and Pun fake. Straight up, niggas is fake. Pun weird. You feel me?
Now you just fucked me up because I remember to this day, I'm waiting on my merch that I've been promised from Track News Network.
Oh, I do owe you a hoodie.
First hit the scene.
Sure, I do.
And the only reason I started teasing you and really rocking you.
Yeah, I'm already know. I already know.
You have so much love and respect for these cats, bro. How did they get to this, bro?
They say don't meet your idols.
Idols become idols.
Yeah, you've been in the music industry before, and I'm sure you could think of one story of a nigga who you loved, and you met this nigga and you was like, damn, I can't even listen to this nigga music no more.
Whether I loved him or not, I've been disappointed.
Man,
I've thought shit was a certain way with niggas and meet him and realize, it ain't like that. You are definitely right.
So when it comes to pun, I think pun is just useless. I think that you're serving no purpose. I think that you have no accolades outside of things that you do tied to other people. And once you get tied into these other people's accolades, they become failures. It's proving.
So where is pun's background industry-wise? Because sometimes when I hear him reference himself, he speaks from a position of like, he has a resume that's to be respected industry-wise. I'm just not, no hating, I'm just not familiar with.
Even though he was in the same industry, in the same generation. Right.
I believe maybe so. If he's from the AD generation.
Pun is like 50.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Pun is like, not no exaggeration, not being funny. That nigga's like 50.
Me too. Shout out to the 50.
You feel me? So from what I know, he had Problem and Diamond Lane and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
But where did it go? Because Problem was supposed to be, you feel me? We remember the Molly World and all that kind of stuff. Problem was the joint.
Problem was, that was my guy. I remember we had our motion around the same time. I don't know the business on his side, but even with my situation, I know there's times you can be underserved by the industry or by the label. So I can't necessarily knock whatever. If he was in control of Pun's situation by management or something, Pun was control of problem situation, I can't say that the fact that it didn't quite hit the mark that we all anticipated, I can't personally put that on Pun. Like I said, I'm not familiar with the situation.
Okay, so let's use other examples. Hold on. Who has Ace Boy Pun managed as an artist manager? ChatGPT. But while we getting into that, what happened to the Ace Boys podcast?
Oh, it's no longer?
It's over with.
And Ace Boys was Pun and...
Pun, Ace Boy Trey, Ace Boy Manny, Ace Boy Rios.
Here's my thing. I never got an understanding of how the whole FMW universe broke down. I just knew it was a bunch of pieces and it kind of...
His homies fucking with homies.
Right. So I never knew like this show, that show, or I wasn't familiar with all the interactions.
My bad. I'm trying to get a list of people who he's managed.
Oh, that's good.
So that's that. Rumor has it, I can't confirm or deny, they say G Perico, and G Perico got away from that nigga. You feel me?
Shout out G Perico.
Big shout out to G Perico, for sure. Big shout out to G Perico. He had, remember, League of Stars and all that type of shit.
Yeah.
Where them niggas at? Why they not produced on the Kendrick album? After coming out at that time to continue to grow and all that kind of, like, what happened? Everything that Pun touches, what could go wrong with Pun, Keem, and T-Real? That show's failed.
But, okay, I know you don't dislike him because he's tried and failed a lot.
The reason why I don't like Pun is because Pun made the mistake of calling and trying to call in to one of the industry niggas to question who I am or what I got going on. So you know how that could go back.
Under what context? My thing, I let niggas know, somebody try to tell me something about themselves, I'm quick to tell them like, bro, I didn't already did my research on you. I checked that. So why would that be offensive in just general?
In my opinion, it was on some trying to little homie you. Nigga, you ain't my big homie, nigga. And even if we was from the same community and all that kind of stuff, nigga, you just a big homie, nigga. You ain't I'm going on that, nigga. Who are you talking to, bro? Don't call asking questions about a nigga who's maybe 10 to 15 years younger that's doing better.
And when he called and allegedly
and the nigga called me, so this how this shit go. The nigga calls me immediately, hey, what's up with you and Pun? Why, what's up? Oh man, yeah, he called because he said you on him and all that, but you keep allowing niggas to come onto your platform to disrespect me, whether it be ODM Slim, whether it be Flacco and all that kind of shit. And when I'm at the platform, niggas is all like, oh, no, bro, we're gonna let him call and let him talk. When I'm calling to let niggas talk, I get disrespected. Niggas hang up on me and all that type of shit. So Pun was quietly trying to bust down a nigga campaign. You feel me? So when I told the nigga from the industry, one of the older niggas, just so me and you know who we talking about. But when I talked to So that's what we call it. Oh, over there with DJ Drama and them.
Oh, yeah.
And but here go the thing though. That nigga didn't seem in Atlanta, because that's where they based out of. He was like, nah, that nigga Rich Trapper be getting chilly. Because nigga, the shit we was just talking about. Can't really say nothing about this nigga. The nigga is self-made. The nigga put himself together. So now where I take it as disrespect, don't talk to me as a nigga who's a failed team player trying to give advice to a nigga that made it himself.
So at that point, once he did that research, you didn't like it. Did you communicate that to him?
So I reached out to him and he didn't. Niggas fake, you know, the industry I saw, but I'm gonna unread it and all that type of little weird ass shit. So I hit this nigga AD one day. Me and ODM had what we had, but don't get involved in what we got going on, because when we get back cool like we did, now I'm still looking at you funny. You feel me? With me and ODM got cool, but now I'm like, hey, AD, who make your yeah, shout out to ODM. AD, who make your thumbnails? I do. Oh, so you the one trying to play me in the thumbnails and all disrespect and all that kind of stuff. Well, do niggas got a problem? Do niggas got animosity towards me? Do niggas want to get out on me? Like, what's the thing? Oh, no, it's just content. It's just this, it's just that. But it's not. Because when it comes to using content about you niggas or about what y'all got going on, niggas get mad or avoid the conversation entirely. You feel me? So I just stopped going away from, and then even looking at it past this, from your perspective, how many times have you seen niggas pull me onto their content just to try to trigger me to crash out so they can get numbers?
Well, every time you've had a controversial issue, I do see you popping up at places. Yeah.
So I get up there and niggas start trying to trigger and do little shit and fuck around and blah, blah, because you want to get this response out of me. But at the same time, because we homies, when the last time you see me give a nigga a response?
It's been a while.
Stop arguing with you niggas, because then you'll go look at the fact that these niggas only do numbers when they're arguing with you. If you go back and you look at any one of my podcasts, community appearances and all that, that's some of their better numbers. I'm not saying the best numbers, but if a show do more numbers than any other nigga within our YouTube space that y'all care to sit down with. Because, you know, a Rich Trapper could go a bunch of different ways. He might get insightful, might get intelligent. If he feeling the type of way, the nigga gonna crash the whole way out. He don't give a fuck. It's all that. So when you have me and AD sitting down talking, and then he called Flacco, or Pun called Flacco, or you got ODM Slim in there and ain't nothing to talk about but me, now it's at my expense. All the content is at my expense.
Yeah, once I saw that, it's like a formula. Get a guy up here, then try to get a guy up.
Oh, answer that FaceTime. FaceTime that nigga.
Hey, I'm doing a podcast, Cal.
So don't say nothing crazy. Don't say nothing crazy.
How do I
hold on, let me see.
How do I do it? That's gonna turn it off.
Oh shit. Oh,
on the podcast, Cal. Bud to the neighborhood.
Where's that?
For Death Dove, Spody Crip. And I need, tell your writer, write me a character, cause I record just send me the script. I'll do my own voiceovers. Neighborhood. Shout out 4X is off the muff and back.
So short story shorter, niggas is using me for their own bullshit content. And then I'm not even mad at that. But when I go to try to get my lick back, now niggas is twisted. Now niggas manipulating. And now niggas are showing me that, hey, it's really fuck you. We really got this nigga to make you look bad. But when it comes time for you to have to defend yourself or whatever, we're not going to push that.
Oh, that's what we was on. I never really understood that formula of, you don't fuck with him. You cool with me, come on up here, and now let's get this other guy you don't fuck with, let's agitate this. When I first came in this game, and it was homies, I fuck with both of y'all, I always try to be a mediator. Matter of fact, shout out to Byron Blake and B Magic.
Shout out to Byron Blake.
Yeah, they way out St. Louis. I've been fucking with B Magic for years. He a keyword. That's the homie. He's my favorite battle rapper at one point. Still my favorite because he's my homie now, but when I became aware of him just as a fan, my favorite battle rapper, we got cool. In later years, I became cool with Byron Blake. I've never met Byron Blake like I fuck with B Magic, but I realized they had an issue. Right. They both locally from the same town. So last night, I'm in Byron Blake chat, and he going up on, he keeps saying Magic this, Magic. I'm like, B Magic? Like, yeah. He immediately text B Magic. Like, well, long story short, I got B Magic to say, you know, he ain't got nothing to do, no problem that deep with Byron Blake. Haven't been able, I told Byron Blake, like, I'm on the phone with homie right now, kid. And then he acknowledged, all right, we're going to tap in.
Right.
I'm always trying to put the fire out.
Because in all honesty, in most situations, niggas really don't want to get into it.
Yes. I'm a little over y'all generation. I'm 50. I never want to get into it again in my life. And then when I look back at all the things that could happen from younger niggas, homies, black men getting into it, I really don't want to see any of them get into it. I know it's not all avoidable, but I don't have no interest in it to kick it. And I'm an instigating shit. So I've really grown to a different position, but I don't want to see especially not based off of none of these things we're doing. There's no need to really bump heads.
Right.
Nobody ain't stole from you. Deceived you in a way that we agreed to something and then you didn't honor it. They haven't lied to
No
you.
property laws.
No property laws, no
Yeah.
bloodshed. They ain't trying to fuck your bitch. Disrespect your children or your parents. What is the issue?
So this is what I look at it again. Now I use Smack for an example. Because Smack like to just random episodes of Back on Field, you'll just bring my name up and all that kind of stuff. Because it gets the click.
With a lack of respect.
With a lack of respect. But at the same time too, then I have to sit here and ask myself, well, are you finna sit here and go back and forth with a grown man that probably gets an SSI check? Because what does that say about you now?
Shout out Smack. I'm not sure exactly what I hollered at T-Rail more recently than I did.
Cool.
But the cold part about it is I became cool with T-Rail because I was cool with Smack. And then I got a group chat with the two of them. And now T-Rail reacts and responds and be like, let me holler at Smack. And he never comes back with a follow back. T-Rail, did you ever holler at Smack? Smack was at it. Well, yeah, go ahead. I want to let you land.
So I fuck with T-Rail though. He cool. T-Rail is one person who just kept it consistent and genuine throughout all this.
I have to say that as well because
T-Rail don't be on no bullshit.
He has, and he never tried to indicate how
either I can or I can't.
Dang. And I found out he really got a bond with one of my little homegirls.
Okay.
That I've seen, coming from the east side, where Eastie is the word and nothing is something is a concept. She's one of the most successful people, if you know how she was raised, the lack thereof of resources, and how she lives and carries herself. Shout out to you, Brittany. I love you, baby. But yeah, when I found out he was fond of my people, I became more fond of him.
So I'm paying attention to that. And even now, it's recently, I ain't gonna respond to it. But you got a little, weird ass niggas on no jumper, making little comments and all that kind of stuff. Here go the thing about that. And I'm gonna say this because I said I wasn't gonna whatever, but let's do it for your content for the
Come
clip.
on, let's get in. Yeah, because
Moose Man is new to our space.
Okay.
Shout out to Moose Man.
Shout out to Moose Man. I don't know much about him, but I've seen him.
I'm learning to be understanding and use my words. You feel me? And not be so quick to react. It's my camera? Which my camera? Right?
Yep.
Moose Man, my boy. I understand that you feel like you're looking for your clips. I understand that you feel like you are, doing what you have to do within this content space. Be mindful of what you say about to whom, especially when that camera is rolling, because everybody doesn't react to disrespect the same way.
Mm-hmm.
And in my previous YouTube years, as Spider Loke has my witness, I will come knock on that door. I will come knock on that door. I've grown to a space where I would prefer not to knock on the door now because you remember when I couldn't wait to knock on the door.
No, I've seen you.
I'm looking for it. So I'm cool. I'm chilling. But while you're making comments and you're making derogatory remarks, Moose Man, you from Sacramento, bro. LA work a little different. So you could be on Melrose at a no jumper event. And guess what? I'm hungry. Let's go get some marathon burger.
What? And you don't understand. Everybody from no jumper around you, that space, they're going to part so fast. And they're going to let you deal with that energy that's coming. And you're going to have to.
And they're going to pull their phones out.
Yep.
And let's be real about it. I ain't the toughest. I ain't the roughest. I ain't the toughest. But amongst our group, my reputation has preceded me because if nothing else, he will fight.
Facts.
If we outside and you're at a no jumper event and Adam 22 look up and see me coming and Lush look up and see me coming and I got that look in my eye, well, security is for Adam.
Mm-hmm.
He and Adam are going to be up out the way. And should I choose to partake in a physical confrontation with you, or I just kind of pull your coattail, nobody's going to save you.
So what is it that Moose Man has to say about you?
Just little slick comments
shit.
And all that type of shit. And that's cool. I'm not whatever, but understand too, I'm going to be transparent. You had a problem with Wack.
Did you think he underperformed when Wack showed up?
Man, underperforming, it was disappointing. Performance isn't the word. But here's the thing though, if Wack has you that, this ain't it.
Alone.
This, bro, and I'm just saying, this is the one and only time I'm going to say something about it. I ain't gonna put it on my channel. I ain't gonna, you heard it first on the Black Box.
That's right. Y'all
Leave me alone before I fuck you up, my nigga.
Mm.
You don't have no more times to play with me. You don't got no more times to disrespect me. If you bring up my name again, where I catch you, I'm knocking you the fuck out. I'm not choking shit. I'm not doing none of that. I'm knocking you the fuck out. And I'm gonna do it to you like I'm from where I'm from, my nigga. Don't fucking play with me, my nigga. I understand that you got your little shit with Adam. Do that. But stay doing that. But only do that. If you decide to do something else, I'm gonna show you how safe of a space this motherfucker is not. I promise you. So all this shit like Bombasco and blah, blah, blah. Nah, my nigga, them is for that type of treatment is reserved for making a certain type of point to a certain type of nigga. Politically speaking, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Moose, man, that can't save you, my nigga.
Mm.
You feel me? So if I slap the shit out of Bosto and choke the fuck out of that nigga, and niggas can say whatever, but he from where he from, he is who he is, and you seen the recourse and the backlash that certain niggas give me for doing that to their homie. Your ass don't got no chance, my nigga. Ever bring my name up again and anything less than flattering, when I see you, I'm gonna break your jaw.
I'm gonna let that be the final word. Shout out to Bosco. Moose, man, shout out to you too. I don't know you, but you heard what the homie said. Appreciate you coming through.
But you know what's funny about these niggas?
Yes.
He'll end up getting his jaw broke.
Moose, man.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Because they think they tough. It's, oh, well, I'm not gonna blah, blah, blah. Don't let your pride and your ego get involved, my nigga.
Tough, if that wasn't in play, when somebody approaches you like Wack did, you better get on a little more defensive, bro. Get on your square.
Because I ain't talking.
And a lot of people,
Because I ain't talking.
a lot of people aren't talking. Same thing like with was that Doughboy, that Sporty Face went there?
I ain't talking.
I don't understand how any of those things happen, man. Please just do me a favor. I need you to come back, bro.
Yeah, let's see.
I'm trying to justify paying.
Wait, hold on. Let's be on camera. When I'm coming back. Let's put it together right now.
All right. Today is what day?
Today is the 22nd, February. February. Shit.
No,
May.
No, the day.
Friday.
Let's do the next Friday, same time.
Say this. Locked in.
My low.
There we go.
Black box.
Smack a little net hustle. Big shout out to SPR, Sparta Low. You know I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that. Smack a little net hustle. Big shout out to SPR, Sparta Low. You know I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.